What's poppin', fellas? That's something I've never said before. It's Rezi here, bringing y'all a stat video. But however, it's not only a stat video, it's a class setup video. I'm sure some of you want to know what kind of classes I use to achieve these stats. And yes, I already know we would have that one person, or even multiple people that'll be saying, you play in 6-man, see if you did not play in a 6-man, or even a 5-man, you would not hold these stats. You would not be able to hold these stats without people running support for you. And you are correct. For once in your life, you are correct, boyo. However, you must also think critically. Why in the world would I want to play solo, or maybe even a 2-man, just to hold like a 3 KD or a 6 KD? I don't find that fun. Of course, back in BO2, I held like a fucking 9 KD. Granted, that was on multi-team, and that was when the game was amazing with a damn VSAT in it. And also in BO3 when I held like a 7 KD, trapping on hardcore domination. So basically, your argument is pretty much correct. I would now be able to hold these stats without playing in a 6-man. We can all acknowledge that. But why would you play solo? Unless you're some kind of masochist or just a god. Okay, which I am not. A masochist? Maybe. Not a god. Anyways, let's get into the stats. Now, I am a level 105. Only 5 days played, almost 6 days actually, if you add 8 more hours. The amount of time played, which I have right now, is not that bad to be honest. As you will see right now, when the topic I have to go into right now. My win-loss is not great, only a 9.62, I will get it up to a 10. Then again, a 10 is not even a good win-loss, in my eyes. My EKIA ratio is a 13.51, it can be higher. I would have been able to hold a 15 if I A, did not play against sweaties, and B, actually did not care about my stats, which I personally do not. Though I may seem like it, I don't. My kills only 33,000, my EKA enemies killed in action is 52,000. Now for some reason, on CODtracker.com, it says I have 43,000 kills. Maybe because the in-game stat tracker, which is of course in the game, does not count score streak kills. I don't know though. My score is 5 million. SPM not the greatest, only a 630. However, you will see my SPM in hardcore is much higher. Score per game 6,500, almost 6,600. Healing per game almost 530. It was 530 until I started playing hardcore. Average life 2 minutes. Kill per life 107. Damage per game 7,000. I believe it wasn't 8,000 before I started playing hardcore. It was pretty good. Damage per minute 1124. And now we'll get into the good stuff. My headshots 2552. That's pretty spooky if you ask me. 2552. 1,500 unstoppables and 12 kill chains. Now you will see this number, the kill chains, it's pretty low. I find this number to be extremely low compared to other CODs. Now look, boyos, 1,500 unstoppables, 5 days played, level 105. I know people who are level 800 and don't even have 1,000 unstoppables. Yes, they have like 100 kill chains, but they don't even have the amount of unstoppables that I have because they don't go for the streaks that I get. And by the way, I did not say this. I do have a 91 kill streak. That is my highest. That is my new highest. You will see in my next upload, it is a 91 gun streak. It's a nice 91 gun streak with the class that I have started using and will continue to use because A, it's amazing. B, it's broken. C, it's gonna get nerfed, so I'm gonna abuse it as much as I can. And you will see that class in a bit. Now onto the medals, the important medals anyways. As you can see, 17 ultra kills, 12 kill chains. Now don't roast me, boys, don't roast me. Y'all ready? Here come my nukes. Only 179 nukes. Now, I did tell myself this. Am I gonna make the video when I hit 200 nukes? No. Because, as my close friends know, Rezi, do you have 200 nukes? I'll be like, yeah, dude, I got like 250. Of course I don't have 250 nukes, I'm just saying because I want you, my close friends, to get the exact same number that I have. I want you to get motivated. That's how I am. That's how I do that reverse psychology shit. It works out for some people, but for some other people, they're just really, they're bummers. they make me so sad. Like, boy, life will get better, okay? And of course we got brutals. I have choked a total of 81 nukes so far. Now, to me, 81 nukes, it's a good number. It's a lot. It's a lot of nukes that I have choked. Now, is it mostly in core? Yes. I have not choked a lot of nukes in hardcore. I believe I choked around 10 out of about 50. Wait, did I just say 50? Wait, did I say 10? know, I feel like around like 3 out of like 50 nukes. However, 179 nukes. I could have easily gone 200 nukes with 260 brutals. I will eventually get 1,000 nukes, boyos. It's gonna be a not really a long journey. It's gonna be a short journey personally. That's how I view it. And of course, excuse me, almost 400 relentlesses. That's a pretty good amount actually. We have the unstoppable medals, and this is the crazy part, boyos. I've barely been playing hardcore, and I already have 6,000 one-shot, one-kill medals, which is crazy when you think about it. And of course, we have the Kingslayer, because it's quite easy to get these medals, especially when you're playing against a shitter team, and there's like the best shitter on their teams doing decent. You get a lot of these medals, and of course with this one too. Now, where am I going again? Of course, these are only medals which I view as important to the stats. I will eventually get 10,000 unstoppables. Eventually will, yes. Maybe I'll hit it when I'm level 400. Maybe not, maybe even level 500 I'll get around 10,000 unstoppables. However, I don't think I'll even hit level 1,000 because I'm not going to put a lot of time into this game. The only game which I put a lot of time into was BO2 because that's when I was young. That was when I was in high school. That's when I was a teenager. I am still a teenager. I'm only 19 years old. However, time is closing in, boyos. Father time is closing in. Will it hit level 1,000 in this game? Probably not. Will it hit level 500? Yes. Is it a definite yes? No. However, 10,000 unstoppables will be easy for me to achieve. And of course, I will be going for at least 300 kill chains. It won't be difficult either. If I just keep on rushing the exact same way as I've been doing lately, playing hardcore, I will definitely get it. And that's pretty much it for the stats, guys. I don't think I said this before. I personally believe that I do have the highest KD on Xbox. I'm not really too sure about PS4 or even the world in general. That's what you can see on my emblem right here. It says #1 for KD. Not on Xbox, I'm not going to put that, but pretty much for Xbox. I've not met I've not met anybody who has had a higher KD than me, who plays the way I play, with a short amount of time I have played, and the amount of nukes and unstoppables that I have, unless of course they play TDM, or make a new account, play TDM in a 6-man, get like a 15 KD, and don't play on it anymore. Which is true, which actually is, as you can see on COD Tracker leaderboards. I might actually put up a screenshot on a couple of my stats, which is on COD Tracker, my EKIA and KD, compared to others who have done boosting, bot lobbies, and what's the other one? Made new accounts and stopped playing in those accounts. My stats, guys, are good. I personally believe they are good. Can they be better? Yes. And I will improve to make them better with whatever time I have. I'm not busy with school or work. That's pretty much it for the stats here, boys. As said before, pretty good stats. However, can definitely be much, much better. And now we're getting into the classes. Now, some people have been telling me, even back in the BO2, BO3 days, what are your classes? And I never really fully respond completely, because my classes are pretty self-explanatory. You can even tell what attachments I use in the gameplay, or if you go to theater back in BO2 and BO3, the attachments that I use are quite obvious. However, some people really want to know, and you guys will see them. And also, I have divided my classes into, I believe, 6 hardcore classes and 6 core classes. I also have my core classes. The Titan, and by the way, perks will be the same until I hit the Spitfire and the Rampart. Rampart only has 1 perk. Sandstorm, attachments are pretty... Sandstorm. The Titan Sandstorm variant almost had like a little accent there. Attachments are pretty self-explanatory. Reflex, FMJ, quick draw stock. Gear, Comsec. By the way, every single class I will use has Comsec device. No stem shot, nothing else. The reason I use Comsec is because I love getting my streaks much quicker. I love Heartline in BO1. Or BO1 and BO2. And I find it much more... I just find it perfect than stem shot. That's my Titan class though. I only use it in core. Maddox, I use this gun in core mostly, sometimes in hardcore. The exact same class I believe the pros use, Elo, Quick Draw 1 and 2, and Stock. Pretty good, it's a great gun, it shreds. Rampart, this is the thing I'm talking about, it only has 1 perk. Scavenger, it's quite essential in this class. Now for attachments, it's extremely odd, yes, it's odd. Reflex, High Cal 1 and 2, FMJ 1 and 2. Now the reason I've used High Cal 1 and 2 and FMJ 1 and 2 is because due to the recent patch, or recent buff that has been released in the patch, the Rampart has not that much recoil, honestly. Not a lot of recoil. Before it, you need to run grip and long barrel. Now you don't. It's pretty much a laser. When you put reflex, it's pretty easy to control. High cal 1 and 2, you already get more headshot damage with this one, and with this one right here, you get more damage to the upper chest. It pretty much is a 2 to 3 shot kill. Or is it a 4 shot kill? Who knows? Maybe it's mostly a 3 to 4 shot kill once you get those headshots. FMJ 1 and 2, really necessary for penetrating and destroying body armor. And of course, your ability to wallbang, which is, in this game, really, really fun. If you guys have not gotten your nuke yet, use this one. Trust me, you will love it. And of course the ICR class, we all know how broken this thing was when it first released. Reflex, grip 1 and 2, quick draw. The exact same class I believe the pros use. And of course it's the blinding goring ICR, blinding glory, gory, what am I saying? To be honest boys, I don't use this thing a lot. I rarely even use it unless I'm playing hardcore. And even then I only use my MX9 class, or my Cordite class, which you will see in a bit. However, it is still a reliable AR. But compared to the Rampart, I'd much rather use the Rampart. The KN57, which I rarely use, but whenever I pick it up in-game, I do destroy with it. Reflex, hybrid mags, quick draw, and stock. Nothing else to say here, it's a great gun. Whereas you don't have plasma drive, I do, but in blackout, because I don't use this thing in pubs, alright? Leave me alone. Now, my favorite subclass, the only sub I use on the core, actually, is the Spitfire. Of course, with a high rate of fire, and though it has a small amount of damage, the high rate of fire just... it's great. Let's just say that. Laser, fast mag, FMJ. Now, you may be wondering, why FMJ on a sub? Well, it's quite obvious. It destroys body armor, and you need it. Because the Spitfire, when contesting somebody with body armor, you're not going to be able to win that gunfight unless they have a Spitfire, and you don't have body armor. You're going to lose against that person, unless they're trash. Which, like for me, example, I'm trash. But trust me, with these 3 attachments, it's great. They're amazing. You can hip fire, you can reload fast, and you can just destroy body armor and penetrate multiple people. Secondary, of course, SG-12. It's completely up to y'all if y'all want to use a MOG or an SG-12. I personally use the SG-12 because it's AIDS and it's great, okay? Now we're getting into the hardcore classes, boyos. As I said before, the ICR, which I rarely use again in hardcore, however, the perks will be different for a bit, boys. The only different perk for this, for the hardcore classes, will be perk 2, and it will be Gun Ho. Now the reason I run Gun Ho instead of lightweight, or even dexterity, is because it's quite simple. Fire your weapon and use equipment while sprinting, recover from sprint faster, move at full speed when reloading. When you're in the spawn, like how I am most of the time, the enemy spawn, you need this. It's essential, trust me. Second class, which is my favorite hardcore class, it's the MX9. ELO, hybrid, long barrel, FMJ. Trust me, boyos. I used to be a GKS person in hardcore until my boy Flossic told me to use MX9. Thankfully, I already had a lot of attachments unlocked before I started using it, so it really wasn't that much of a pain to use. To be honest, this thing's amazing. A great rate of fire, perfect accuracy, penetration power is amazing with FMJ. Long range capabilities, it's capable of one-shotting somebody from a great distance. Unless they have body armor, of course. But trust me, boys. If you have not gotten a nuke either, and you want to get an easy one, get a full 6-man or a 5-man play hardcore, trap the enemy team, use this thing. It's really great, trust me. And of course, the GKS class, which for some reason, I have the camo unlocked, but I have this thing unlocked too, but it never wants to show this one. I don't know why, I love this one a lot better than the Mastercraft camo. Reflex, grip, long barrel 1 and 2. The reason I use long barrel 1 and 2 is because, first, higher velocity, your bullets hit faster. That's pretty much it. In hardcore, because there is bullet drop, there's bullet time actually in hardcore, which I find odd. Why is there bullet time? On BO2 there wasn't, and this one there is, sadly. But when you have grip, when you have long barrel 1 and 2, it's easier to use. It's still a laser beam. However, you will get the occasional hit marker still. If only there was FMJ on this, I will get rid of grip and put FMJ on it. But trust me, boyos, this thing is still a beast. Now, my Daemon class, which I have not used at all, actually. I recently unlocked the Daemon, but I will try to get a gameplay with it. I'll try to get like, at least like a 70, 80, maybe a 90 gun streak again with it. I know we'll definitely get something with this thing. If I can get a quad nuke with a Pharaoh on BO3, I can definitely get like a triple nuke with this thing for sure. the KN, same old classes, or same old attachments as my core class. However, gung-ho, not boils. As I said in the beginning of the video, or around that time, there's one class which I used to get that 91 gun streak. And to be honest, it's extremely broken. And here it is. The Cordite, Elo, FMJ, Longbarrel, and the Belt Feed Operator mod. Same gear, however, perk 2 is different. You may be wondering, why are you using Skulker instead of Lightweight, Gung-ho, or Dexterity? Well, as you all will see in the gameplay, it's overpowered. It's definitely going to get nerfed again. Trust me, it will definitely get nerfed. If you're running the spawn, and you're using a Cordite, and you're aiming down sight, it's amazing. It's like you have like stock 20 or stock 17. I'm not joking, boys. You will see in the gameplay. And of course, Team Link, because I don't want to shoot my teammates. And I strongly advise everyone use Team Link in hardcore, even you and your teammates. For one, you don't kill your teammates on accident, and two, teammates don't kill you. So there's no arguing. If y'all have not gotten a nuke, use this class too. Trust me. It's unreal. It's gonna get freaking nerfed though. That's pretty much it for my class of boils. To be honest, pretty good classes. However, pretty self-explanatory. Now, that's it for the video, boils. One last look at my stats until they change. I know my EKIA was much higher, like when I hit level Prestige Master, it was like level 56. It was much higher until I started playing Sweaties. That's pretty much it for the video, boils. If you know somebody who has better stats than me, tell me. That'll be insane.